What's up, guys? So today I am climbing at the Uplift Climbing Gym here in Seattle, Washington. The gym consists of only this one room, so kind of a small gym, and I've actually never been to this gym before, but I heard a lot of really good things and wanted to check it out. So throughout this video, I get on a full array of different problems and styles, so hopefully you enjoy that, and let's get right into the video. So for the first warm-up problem of the day, I decided to go with a red V0, mainly because of all the jugs, and I, just by looking at it, could tell I was going to be able to flow through it really nicely. So right here, I'm just remembering to keep the hips in, and just kind of getting those fingers warm on some easy boulder in there. So the next problem we have here is a red V2. Now this one I thought was also pretty easy looking, which is why I did it second. And now obviously the jugs were a little smaller, but this one still had a lot of flow to it. So thankfully I had actually already warmed up my body quite a bit. I had to actually ride my bike here, and this gym isn't too far away from my house, so that was actually really nice. So mainly what I was focusing on here was my fingers, so I was maybe pulling a little bit more with the fingers than normal, but moving into this green V3, this one featured a fair amount of crimps, but then also that big sloper there in the middle. So as I match on that sloper, I gas down out to the crimp, kind of cross over and finish on a nice jug. So as you can probably tell, I'm going in ascending order regarding the grades. So the next one we have here is a pink V4. So originally I went with the cross move, but that didn't feel quite right. So then I decided to cross over with my right hand, match on that crimp ledge, and then get my right toe up, reach into a little pinch there, and then this problem finishes on the top of the wall. So the next problem we have here is a blue V5. Now this one was mostly slopers. It did have a couple crimps near the middle of the problem. So the slight angle of this wall, which I believe is 15 degrees, it made this problem actually a little bit more difficult than how I had viewed the problem from the ground. So this move right here actually felt really awkward. Not to keep tension to make sure I didn't swing out, but it managed to finish just okay on the top. So the next problem we have here is a yellow V6. Now unfortunately I cut out the feet in the video, but it started on some really slippery feet, so you can see right there I slipped. So on this next attempt, I pushed really hard with the left foot, and that kept me on and gave me enough tension to move up. So moving my hand out to the volume, got my right toe up, and then didn't quite get high enough on that next sloper. It was also pretty hot in the gym, so I decided to brush off and see if that would help. So once again, back at the volume hold. Now this time I stood up a little higher, and that did the trick. As I came into the 2-finger pocket, crossed over into another pocket, and matched for the finish. Cool V6. So the next problem we have here is a purple V6. Now this one had a super weird start, and kind of had a mix of undercling action and crimp action throughout the problem. So as I cross over with my left hand, trying to figure out what to do with the feet, since that larger volume hold is dual textured, and that was kind of making it difficult to get a good foot placement. So with kind of an undercling crimp on the right hand, I worked my feet in and up, and then once again this problem finished on the top of the wall. not bad. I've been liking slab climbs a lot more recently, I've noticed. So this was the meat and bones of the episode right here. It was a pink V6. Now this one was definitely a harder V6 than the others. And as you'll see right here, it features a hand jam between the two big gray volumes. Now I am not very good at hand jamming, as you can probably see from this video. And so I was trying to figure out how I could maybe either avoid the hand jam or at least where I should place the hand jam. So at the top of the volume wasn't quite wide enough to get the whole hand in. So I found out that staying low with the hand and really kind of where the diamond of the volume meets, that was the perfect placement. So then from there, it was a throw kind of over to that pink jug. Now thankfully there was another guy in the gym who was working on this one a little bit before me, and so he gave me some tips for exactly how to move through that section, and that definitely saved me some time. So surprisingly, I held on to this wild leg swing move right here. Surprisingly, I somehow got my hand jam in there good enough. So then from there, it was about moving the heel up, moving the left hand out to that crimp, right hand to the pinch. I didn't really know what to do here, so I just decided to turn the hips in and go for it, and that was really bad. So on this next attempt, I moved through the hand jam section a little bit more slowly, a little bit more intentionally, and that allowed me to not swing out this time. So with the swing controlled, I got my heel up once again, got my left hand on that crimp, bumped out to the right hand pinch. And then what I did here, which you can't see because my body's in the way, is I actually did a little bicycle move in order to hold on to that slopey ledge of sorts. Unfortunately, I fell that time. So unfortunately, I forgot to film a lot of my attempts on this problem. I eventually figured out all the beta and did all the moves in isolation, including the top, which actually ended up being the entire crux of the problem. So this was actually my final attempt at the problem, since it had kind of worn me out. And what I discovered here is I had to get my left heel hook and then drive my right foot really deep. But unfortunately, I let go of it and couldn't get the problem, and I just spent too much time, so I decided to move on. So the next problem we have here is a red V4. Now at this point I was a little bit tired from the V6 that I had just done. But I got my left heel hook up, decided to get another heel hook up, cross over, move out, and then once again got the heel hook up, move my hips over, and then finished on a nice jug right there. On the same wall, the next one I tried was a yellow V3. Now this one was a little bit awkward, I won't lie. It definitely seemed a little bit hard to read compared to some of the other problems on this wall. But bumping up to that right hand jug, I then worked my hips and feet over and then finished on the finishing hold. That one was pretty fun. So I decided to return to the slab wall to finish out the session, and decided to go with this white V5 on some crimp ledges. So matching my feet, I came in to a big vertical crimp ledge here, came into a gas stone move, crossed over, and then finished on the top of the wall. This one was really fun. And the last problem of the video is a white V4. So this problem was a bit of a mix between slopers and crimps. So right here was the crux sloper, catching the left hand on a crimp. I decided to go dynamically here on the last move and managed to get it. So hopefully you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you in the next one.